Hello, this is Amma, and I'm speaking from my garden in Maui. And I want to share a story. First of all, I just was reading a post about special needs children that were excluded. And it's gotten some traction of people sharing it as a way of inviting a reconsideration of dealing with children who've got different abilities and how to relate to them. So in response to that, I have a story to tell. A man got up in front of a group of parents, all of whom had special needs children, and he posed this question: where in this world do our children of special needs belong? Do they fit in? Which is an awesome question to ask a parent, and particularly an extraordinary thing to pose to a group of special needs parents. So he went on to talk about this story where he and his son were walking on at the park, and there was a playing field, and they were a group of kids playing baseball. And his son asked him if he could join the team. And recognizing the challenge that was inherent in the question, he was both tentative, but he wanted to give it a try. So he went over to the pitcher, and he said, "My son would like to play ball with you. Is that okay?" So how long do you think it would take a kid to be able to assess another kid and see whether or not he was, quote unquote, normal? And the pitcher was apprehensive. And I think he was apprehensive because he was making a choice that was going to impact the whole team. But he said yes, the boy could play. So, and the boy was out in the field, and he was absolutely ecstatic to be out in the field playing with the boys, with a mitt on and running and chasing the balls. He didn't catch any, but he was so happy to be in the field playing with the other boys. He was just ecstatic. So it came time for him to come up to bat. So he came up to bat, and the pitcher very gently threw the baseball right at the bat, and he missed. So he threw again, right at the bat, and he missed again. So the pitcher moved in just a fraction and lobbed the ball right at the bat. And it connected. And the ball rolled a few inches. And the pitcher ran up and grabbed the ball and turned around and heaved it out into left field. And this little fellow was like completely bewildered. He'd hit the ball, he connected. And so everybody on the team was saying, drop the bat, run, 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 go that way, go that way, go that way. So he got organized and oriented, and he dropped the bat, and he was running to first base. Meanwhile, the fellas out in left field caught the ball, and they threw it way out into right field. So he got to first base, and then they said, run to second base, run, go that way to second base. He didn't quite know where second base was, so some of the team was rallying around him to gather around him and help him get to second base. Meanwhile, the folks in right field caught the ball and threw it back out into left field. So now you had both teams that were shouting to have him run from first base to second base. And then there was a team of people that had gathered around him to help organize and help get him to third base. And he made a home run. So the father, who was in tears telling the story, said that the place that my son has in this world is that he evokes in others a quality of compassion and understanding that is remarkable. So I share this story partly because for all of us, what happens when we play in this kind of a way? What happened in that story was that it wasn't only that little boy that won. He was able to hit a home run. It was the first time in his life where that happened. And he was celebrated by both sides of the team. But all of the kids won, and the parents won, and everybody who was listening to the story won. So when we are encountering people of different abilities, and we play so that everybody wins, we are each ennobled in a way that takes us out of our limiting perceptions of who we think we are and each other is. And something really beautiful happens. So what does it take to play so that everybody wins? And when we encounter other people of different abilities and respond to them so that they win, we also win. So I leave that for you for today. Curious how it sits with you, how it lands with you, what happens for you when you hear this story. If you're interested in more stories, you can subscribe to awakeningtruth.org newsletter, sign up for the YouTube, or be part of the social media on Facebook or on Instagram. Bye for now.